Beyond the Great Wall and the Forbidden City, China holds landscapes so remote and untouched that they feel like secrets the earth has kept for millennia. Places where mist clings to ancient stone, where silence stretches across valleys, and where nature moves to rhythms unchanged by time. These are the corners of China that remain invisible to the crowds, preserved by distance, terrain, and the quiet determination of those who live there. Join us as we journey to the hidden heart of China, where beauty exists not for visitors, but for itself. Kanas Lake. Kanas Lake rests in the far northern reaches of Xinjiang, where the Altai Mountains rise like natural fortresses between China and its neighbors. The water shifts through shades of turquoise, jade, and deep blue, reflecting forests that turn gold and crimson when autumn arrives. Kazakh herders still move through these valleys with their livestock, maintaining traditions that predate modern borders. The lake stretches nearly 15 miles through a glacial valley, surrounded by peaks that hold snow well into summer. Local legend speaks of a lake monster, though what truly haunts these waters is the sense of absolute remoteness. Wooden cabins dot the shoreline, and smoke rises from chimneys in the cold mountain air, creating scenes that feel borrowed from another century. Detian Waterfall. Along the border between China and Vietnam, Detian Waterfall spreads across terraced cliffs, creating a cascade that belongs to both nations yet feels separate from either. The Guoliang River divides here, sending water across multiple levels of limestone, forming a natural boundary marked not by walls but by constant motion. Rice paddies climb the surrounding hills in green layers, and water buffalo graze near the mist that rises from the falls. During the wet season, the roar carries for miles, while in drier months, the cascade becomes a series of distinct silver threads against dark rock. Villages on both sides have coexisted for generations, their lives shaped by the river's flow and the trade that quietly crosses the border. The waterfall spans nearly 200 feet in width, yet remains absent from most travel routes, known mainly to those who live within its sound. Yubeng Village. Yubeng sits beneath the peaks of Meili Snow Mountain in Yunnan, accessible only by a steep mountain trail that takes hours to climb. No roads reach this village, keeping it locked in a rhythm dictated by seasons, weather, and the limits of human endurance. Wooden homes with sloped roofs huddle together, surrounded by prayer flags that fade under the high-altitude sun. The village divides into upper and lower sections, both serving as starting points for pilgrims who circle the sacred mountain. Glacial meltwater feeds clear streams that run between stone paths, and yaks graze on slopes where the air thins with altitude. At dawn, sunlight strikes the snow peaks, turning them rose and gold, a moment the villagers witness without ceremony, as they have for centuries. Guoliang Tunnel, carved by hand through the Taihang Mountains. Guoliang Tunnel stands as a testament to determination, bordering on the impossible. A small village, cut off from the world by sheer cliffs, decided in the 1970s to create their own passage through solid rock. Using only hammers, chisels, and explosive powder, 13 villagers worked for 5 years, creating a tunnel slightly over a kilometer long. Windows carved at intervals break through the mountain face, offering sudden views of the valley far below. The road remains narrow, rough, and spectacular, clinging to the cliff with a confidence that feels almost reckless. Today, the village remains small and quiet, its population dwindling, but the tunnel endures as one of the most dramatic roads on Earth. Zhagana. Zhagana appears like a natural fortress in Gansu province, where limestone peaks surround a hidden valley of Tibetan villages. The name means stone box in the Tibetan language, describing how mountains enclose this green sanctuary on all sides. Wooden houses with flat roofs cluster together, their walls built from local stone, blending into the landscape rather than dominating it. Barley fields spread across the valley floor, turning golden in late summer, while prayer wheels spin beside rushing streams. Monks from nearby monasteries walk mountain paths between villages, maintaining spiritual connections across this isolated terrain. Mist often fills the valley at dawn, obscuring everything except the highest peaks, making the villages appear to float between earth and sky. Shigu Town, where the Yangtze River makes its dramatic bend. Shigu Town marks one of geography's most striking moments. The river flows south from Tibet, then suddenly turns northeast, creating the first bend in what will become China's longest waterway. A stone drum stands in the town center, giving the place its name, though the true monument is the river's impossible curve. Naxi people have lived here for generations, their traditional architecture lining streets that have watched countless floods and dry seasons. From viewpoints above the town, you can see the river folding back on itself, defying the expected southward flow. The surrounding landscape remains agricultural and unhurried, a place where the drama is geological rather than human. Xingping ancient town, while Yangshuo draws crowds along the Lai River. Xingping remains a quieter alternative, where old China persists in narrow lanes and crumbling walls. Stone streets, polished by centuries of footsteps, wind between buildings that lean with age. Their wooden frames, darkened by weather and time. The karst peaks that define this region rise directly from the water, creating reflections that appear on Chinese currency, yet remain relatively unknown. Fishermen, using cormorant birds, still work the river at dawn, a practice maintained more by tradition than necessity. Morning mist often hides the peaks entirely, then slowly reveals them as the sun rises, turning the landscape from mystery to spectacular clarity. The town's pace remains agricultural, its economy based on modest tourism and the steady work of river life. Qiandao Lake, created accidentally in the 1950s when a valley was flooded for a hydroelectric project. Qiandao Lake now holds a drowned world beneath its surface. Two ancient cities, complete with archways, temples, and stone streets, rest underwater, preserved by depth and cold. The lake's surface spans nearly 200 square miles, fractured into hundreds of islands that give the place its name. Thousand Island Lake. Clear water in certain seasons allows glimpses of submerged structures, creating an eerie sense of lost civilization. Most visitors never learn of the underwater cities, seeing only a scenic reservoir surrounded by forested hills. Diving teams occasionally explore the depths, documenting architecture that will never again see sunlight. Bashang Grasslands, where the North China Plain meets the inner Mongolian plateau. Bashang Grasslands roll endlessly under massive skies. These highlands turn emerald in summer, when wildflowers bloom across meadows and horses run without visible boundaries. Winter transforms everything, covering the grass in snow and wind, reducing the landscape to essential elements of earth and sky. Mongolian herding culture persists here, though modernization creeps steadily closer with each passing year. The grasslands serve as a natural transition zone between agricultural China and the vast northern steppes. Photographers arrive for the light, which stretches unobstructed across open land, creating sunsets that seem to last forever. Danba Tibetan Villages scattered across a valley in western Sichuan. Danba's villages appear as stone towers rising among fruit orchards and terraced fields. These fortified houses, built from local stone and wood, combine defense with beauty, their walls painted white with red and black trim. Women of the local Guoliang Tibetan people are known for their distinctive beauty, a fact that has brought the area modest, uncomfortable fame. In spring, pear blossoms blanket the valley in white, covering the slopes like late snow against the dark towers. Each village occupies its own elevation and microclimate, creating subtle variations in crops, architecture, and daily life. The valley remains remote enough that traditional ways persist, though roads now connect what was once nearly inaccessible. Jinyun Mountain, rising suddenly from the plains near Chongqing. Jinyun Mountain creates a vertical island of biodiversity surrounded by urban sprawl. Ancient Buddhist temples hide among the peaks, maintained by monks whose routines have changed little across centuries. Dense forest covers the slopes, filtering light into green twilight where streams cascade over moss-covered stones. The mountain served as a retreat for scholars and artists throughout Chinese history, drawn by the contrast between wilderness and nearby civilization. Mist clings to the ridges most mornings, slowly burning off to reveal views that stretch to the Yangtze River. Despite its proximity to millions of people, the mountain remains a place of surprising solitude, visited mainly by pilgrims and those seeking medicinal plants. Azheke Village, among the Hani terraced rice fields of Yunnan. Azheke Village demonstrates how human settlement can become part of the landscape rather than its destruction. Mushroom-shaped houses with thatched roofs cluster on a hillside, their organic farms blending into the terraced slopes. The Hani people have cultivated these mountains for over 1,000 years, creating a water management system that feeds rice paddies in perfect succession. Village life follows agricultural cycles, with communal work parties moving between terraces during planting and harvest. From certain angles, the village disappears entirely into the pattern of fields, visible only when smoke rises from cooking fires. UNESCO recognition has brought awareness, though the steep terrain and lack of modern amenities keep visitor numbers manageable. Bingzhongluo, where three great rivers run parallel through Yunnan. Bingzhongluo occupies a valley so remote it remained unknown to outsiders until recent decades. The Nujiang, Langkang, and Jinsha rivers carve deep gorges within miles of each other, creating one of Earth's most dramatic topographies. Villages here belong to multiple ethnic groups, each maintaining distinct languages, dress, and customs in relative isolation. Catholic and Tibetan Buddhist traditions coexist in these mountains, their churches and temples separated by steep trails and rushing water. The landscape operates on a vertical axis, with climate and crops changing dramatically between river level and ridge top. Development arrives slowly, resisted by terrain that makes every road a major engineering challenge. Narat Grassland, in the Detian Mountains of Xinjiang. Narat Grassland unfolds as an alpine meadow system where nomadic life continues its ancient patterns. Kazakh families move with the seasons, their yurts appearing and disappearing across the high pastures as grass grows and fades. Wild tulips bloom in spring, turning entire hillsides red and yellow before livestock arrives to graze. The grassland sits at elevations where air thins and storms arrive without warning, challenging those who make their living here. Snow-capped peaks provide constant backdrop, while eagles circle on thermals above valleys filled with grazing horses. Traditional games on horseback still occur during gatherings, maintaining skills developed over centuries of nomadic life. Guoliang Underwater Museum. When the Three Gorges Dam flooded the Yangtze, it submerged Guoliang, a stone ridge covered in hydrological inscriptions dating back over 1,000 years. Rather than lose this record of water levels and poetry carved by generations of scholars, engineers built an underwater museum around it. Visitors descend in a transparent corridor, viewing the ancient inscriptions through thick acrylic, as if peering into an aquarium of history. The ridge served as a natural gauge, marked during low water periods with measurements and commemorative texts. This fusion of ancient documentation and modern preservation creates an experience found nowhere else, neither fully museum nor natural site. The reservoir's depth keeps casual visitors away, making this one of China's least accessible significant historical sites. Dongchuan Red Land. Dongchuan reveals what happens when iron-rich soil meets human cultivation across rolling highland terrain. The earth here oxidizes into deep reds, creating a natural canvas that farmers have painted with crops in contrasting colors. Green wheat, golden rapeseed, white potato flowers, and dark plowed soil create geometric patterns visible for miles. These fields rise and fall across hills at high elevation, where clear air sharpens every color and cloud shadows move like slow tides. The landscape changes with planting cycles, meaning the pattern you see one season will transform completely within months. Small farming communities dot the hillsides, continuing agricultural practices that have shaped this land into unintentional art. China's hidden places exist not because they lack beauty, but because they resist easy access. They remain themselves, shaped by geography, weather, and the people who have learned to live within their constraints. These landscapes ask for effort, patience, and respect rather than offering immediate gratification. In their remoteness lies their preservation, and in their silence, their power. For those willing to venture beyond the familiar routes, China reveals depths that few imagine exist.